Hey there guys, in this video we're going to be going to the Final Fantasy VI series boss battle on hard mode, and we're going to be doing a Final Fantasy VI only clear with General Celeste, and we're going to be doing a Rebellion only clear. So let's get in here and see if we can manage this. Now I'll be honest right here, it's not working out so far because Kefka in the final phase is ridiculous. But let's give it a go. So we're going to use Celeste to imbue, unlock her modifier buff, and then mine will amp the party. Friend will human killer the party. Let's see here. Modifier buff and imbue. Locke can guard. Edgar can use a materia to break the boss. Terra will use Shiva. And Celeste will cover Frost. Okay, yeah, the issue I'm having is that the short version is we die. We die in phase 3. Did the boss just get a defense buff? He sure did. Really? Really? Okay. Usually I do something different on turn 1. Apparently I should have. It's fine. We'll just break again. Let's do that. Let's do that. And oh, that breaks 85. Oh, that's honestly kind of fine. Okay, so modifier buff, chain, and yeah. So yeah, that defense buff was not a problem. Modifier buff, chain, and hopefully not that. Deal damage. And we'll go ahead and do this. And we're gonna kill this guy next turn. Yeah, that was the buffed up version, or the buffed up chain of Celeste. We're gonna do it again next turn. The first 3 statue fights aren't too bad. It's just that I got caught off guard slightly there. Yeah, normally I use Nethicite on turn 1. I just didn't that time for the first time ever, and apparently I had been Nethiciting the defense buff. All right, let's go ahead and double burst and chain, or double chain, and then do the burst skill. It has now been modifier buffed. Yeah, this would be a whole lot easier if my Celeste was EX2, because for one thing, at EX2 she gets a bigger modifier buff, and at EX2 she gets her LB on turn 1. And we could use that, but, you know, she's not. Alright, Terra can refresh the Shiva field, Celeste can, once again, amp the party, unlock her modifier buff, and imbue. Other Celeste will human killer the party. Unlock her modifier and imbue. You can guard. You can break with the materia. And then you can just repeat. Okay. So this one might potentially even die to the chaining right here. We'll see. I'll go ahead and jump Locke in the chain as well, in case we can maybe kill the statue on turn 2. Let's see, let's have Locke jump in here with some absolute mirrors. Let's modifier, absolute, and chain. Let's modifier, absolute, and chain. And let's see if we can kill right here. If not, we'll kill it next turn. Not quite. That's fine. That's fine. So we'll do this. Oh, I should have done Edgar's LB first. Whoops, for the 89 breaks. I forgot. My bad. It's fine, though. Okay. Yeah, I've got a plan for the final phase, and I think it's going to probably work, but, you know, we'll find out in a moment, won't we? So we're going to do this, let's see, this. And that should be the end of the boss right there. We have 2 statues to go. Yeah, the statues aren't too bad. The next one is pretty simple as well. Then we have the real fight when things get interesting. Okay, so let's do what we've been doing, basically. So we modifier buff, imbue, and unlock her skill. Human killer. Unlock her skill, imbue, Edgar can break. Terra can refresh the Shiva field. You can repeat, you can guard. Okay, so for this one, we're going to use a mana cooldown as we go into the next fight. Or a mana Magnus ability. Also, the whole party's status immune, by the way, which is very, very helpful. Previous friends were not, and it was not cool. So we're going to do this, this, and this. This should not kill the statue, so we should be okay. And then next turn, we're going to do basically the same thing. Yeah, that's good. And repeat this. And next turn, we're going to do the same thing, but we're also going to use the 1000 MP Magnus of Celeste, so we go into the final fight with her MP pretty good. Okay, so here we go into the final fight in just a second. Yeah, we don't want to use items and fail that mission. So, chain, finisher, and let's use her Nethicite skill, which fills 1000 MP. So, chain, finisher, Nethicite. And that should be the end of this guy. Yep, there it is. Perfection. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're going to start off with Heartless Angel, where we start at 1 HP, but we've got a plan for it. Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, so Celeste is going to cover, mitigate, and we will heal. Terra will dual cast healing with some modifier gear she's wearing. This is the old Terra. We'll break with Edgar using a materia. Okay, so my Celeste is going to imbue, unlock her chaining, and let me think for a minute. We're going to use one of the mitigation skills. Other one will imbue, unlock the chaining, and use the other mitigation skill. And our lock can just imperil fire for the moment. Okay. Okay. So the boss counters with hyperdrive, which is a little painful, but, you know, we should be, you know, okay. My mana is not great on my Celeste, but, you know, EX1, big sad face. Some attacks here, not too bad. Let's see here. So what we're going to do, on turn 3, we're going to use our chaining skill to push the boss's threshold. You'll see, you'll see. So what we're going to do right here is we're going to modifier buff, and then we're going to start using some other stuff. We're going to LB modifier, and mine will AoE amp the party. Friend will modifier. Friend will human killer. And LB buff. Oh, I'm just realizing there's a problem here. No, it should be fine. It should be fine. Okay, so lock is going to that. And just get ready, basically. Yeah, I'm thinking. Edgar's gonna LB here for the 90 breaks. So next turn we're gonna push a threshold, huh? I'm just thinking, does Celeste have an LB fill in her shift form? I don't think she does. Oh my god, she doesn't. You're killing me, Celeste. Cover, bigger magic break, and a heal. Terra, honestly, is like sort of done here. I mean, we can refresh the Shiva field. Okay, so we're going to start going for speed mode in just a moment as we go into this, because we kind of sort of need to threshold lock this dude, or we're going to just be in trouble because this boss gets ridiculous in the lower phases. Here we go. Here we go. So what we're going to do, we're going to 150 amplify, chain, and burst. 150 amplify, chain, and burst, and we're going to LB the turn afterwards. Locke is going to LB next turn. So he is going to 150 Amplify and double chain. We're going to shift Celeste here and do her shifted LB. That will add it to Locke as well, but that's totally fine. So let's go ahead and let's first of all use Edgar to fill his LB gauge. So he's good to go for later. Let's go ahead and do this. Threshold lock, perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's have Terra do a double heal. Okay, so this is the threshold lock. The boss is just going to buff up and basically nothing else as he prepares to use Forsaken. The counterattacks always happen, no matter what. We are damaged over time. So he buffs up here, and he does have mitigation, so that's a little bit of a concern. But I think we're going to still be okay. Let's go ahead and do all of this. Let's go ahead and push another threshold if we can. So we're going to burst as hard as we possibly can right here. Oh my god! We skipped the final phase. We skipped the final phase. Normally I get the boss to like 15% and we just like stall out there. I've never used Celeste's shifted LB for the buffing though. So maybe that pushes over the edge. Yeah, the 300 LB buff and the 350 stat buff, that seemed to be what helped us out to get the win there. Because normally we go to 15%, we burst, the boss does his dispel, and then we're stuck in like phase 3, and then it just goes off the rails. And things go insane. The boss does dancing mad every other turn, I fall over dead. But I guess if you just burst really hard, it solves that problem. So, okay, so, oh my god, she was naked in the shift form. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, I never use her shift form. I've always done just the base form. But okay, there's the Celeste's tanking form in the base. Hey, we won, whatever. Here's the old Terror using Tome of Lakshmi, and then Lena's TMR for a better healing, dual cast, and then just bulk. Edgar is using some LB fill, some breaker materials for the 85 breaks, you know, kind of on demand, but not really. And there we go. This lock only bursted once. He was honestly here just for the perfect dispel, because the boss in phase 3 was buffing himself a whole lot, so we were going to perfect dispel, but hey, you know, we didn't need to. Celeste is right here, 2300 attack power. There it is, maxed on Human Killer. There's our setup, and here is the friend, maxed on Human Killer. And there it is, looking good. Okay. It's a little unfortunate I didn't get to show you the phase 3, because phase 3 is when the boss just, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. But I guess if you can just burst him really hard, it kind of skips that. And yeah, that finished a bunch of missions. So as you can see, Locke was a big contributor there. Yeah, you know, power creep. Not to mention the first 3 fights, we didn't do anything on the whatever. Finished a bunch of missions. That's awesome. That's awesome. So unfortunately, I had to use elixirs on a friend for easy mode. So I'll have to go back and do that. But that's easy mode, and I can also use whatever team I want at that point. I did the Final Fantasy IV team. But that finished most of the missions. So we've almost got ourselves in EX3 Kefka. I've got to do 2 more missions. 12 turns or less on hard mode. Well, for that one, I can go back with literally any party I want. I can use Cloud and all that. It'll be fine. And then it looks like an ice party only, which again shouldn't be that bad. And I have to go back to easy mode with no items. But yeah. So there is my clear on the SBB, and then we've got ourselves, you know, the Kefka unit that I have to finish leveling up and all that. He's only level 1 right now, but, you know, really cool. Let me show you his LB. It's kind of cool. Anyway. There's the series boss battle, Rebellion and Final Fantasy VI. Okay, see you in a bit.